Hello students, today we are going to see this chapter 5. In that we are going to see this part 2, working with the Linux. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to deeply discuss about what is Linux operating system, and that in that Ubuntu is a part of it, and Ubuntu is a version, or you can see that Ubuntu is a uh, Ubuntu is a type of Linux operating system. So we can see that in this chapter we are going to compare Windows operating system with the Ubuntu operating system, and we are going to see how to create and how to cut and how to copy or how to delete. So these kinds of activities that are done in Ubuntu operating system, and we are going to find the difference between Windows operating system and the Ubuntu operating system, and that's all the thing. Okay, so the first thing is you have to know is open source operating system. So open source operating system is a software or program that the source code of the software will be available for you. So what is mean by source code means, so the creating code of it. Okay, so you can change, you can get the source code of it and you can change as you wish. Okay, so you can get the Ubuntu operating system code from the internet, and you can change whatever you need. Okay, so if I want the logo to be changed when loading, then you can change it. So when you want to pop up a new uh, player at the at every boot up of the screen, you can do it just by changing it. Okay, but in Windows operating system you can't able to do it. Okay, so you can do some settings and you can be able to change the things, but you by default you cannot able to change the codes. This is known as proprietary software, which means that you have to get the license of it even to use it. Okay, so they will be giving you an executable file only, so you cannot able to change the codes. Okay, so that's what's the difference between the proprietary software and the open source software. So there are in open source softwares or open source programs, there will be huge number of communities means huge number of developers will be in a same place, so that any problem can be easily rectified by a group discussion of them. So this is known as community. So in that, this Linux is a popular open source version of Unix operating system. um, you can see that it is freely available. These are all the most popular versions of uh, Linux operating system, which is Ubuntu Linux, Ubuntu Mint, Arch Linux, Debian, Fedora, um, CentOS, and Raspbian. So these are all the different kinds of uh, Linux operating systems. Okay, Red Hat is also there. Red Hat is a server operating system. So there are so many different kinds of Linux operating system. So in that we are going to see this Ubuntu. Ubuntu is a Linux-based operating system that is designed for computers, smartphones, network servers, system, etc. Okay, Ubuntu uh, was created in 2004. Okay, by some Mark Shuttleworth from South African entrepreneur. Okay, so with the company who created this is Canonical Limited. So you can see that they have some significant features. Okay, significant features of Ubuntu is they have all the open source operating system, open source softwares like Firefox, Chrome, VLC, and they even support OpenOffice or LibreOffice. So these are all the open source office solutions. Ubuntu has inbuilt email software which is known as Thunderbird, and you can easily exchange mail by using this Thunderbird. There are free applications for users to view and edit photos and manage and share videos. Okay, so these are all the uh, significant features of Ubuntu. It has some great desktop. Okay, here you can see that this is the Ubuntu Desktop. Figure 5.38 is the desktop of that Ubuntu uh, operating system. So here you can see that some of the places only has been changed from compared to Windows operating system. So the taskbar in the Windows operating system will be at the bottom, but here in the left side corner, left side edge. Okay, but here you can see that the menu bar is also available at the top, but there is no menu bar uh, in the desktop of the Windows operating system. And here you can see that there are so many launchers, which means icons. uh, these launchers can have all the recently used apps or recently used software at the launcher pad. So here you can see that the notification area or indicator area is at the top right side corner, but in the Windows it will be at the bottom right side corner. So these are all the small difference. uh, here and you can see that there are some softwares. Okay, Open Office Writer, Open Office Cal, Open Office Impress, Ubuntu softwares, Amazon's system settings and trash. Okay, so these are all the icons that are available in this note launcher bar. Okay, taskbar in Windows, but here it is known as the launchers. So here you can see that these are all the open source application. Okay, LibreOffice Writer is the document processor. Calc is the spreadsheet application in LibreOffice. Impress means presentation, PowerPoint presentation, and Ubuntu software is a play store for Ubuntu applications. And you can see that trash is the recycle bin. Okay, in Windows, trash is the recycle bin in in Ubuntu operating system. So here you can see that there are so many notifications. uh, the next page, so menu bar at the uh, top of the desktop itself, you can see that it indicates Wi-Fi and the language used here, and if you are having any mail, then it will be shown there. Battery indication, sound, time and date, and settings. Okay, so these are all the icons that are available at the menu bar. So you can even change background and desktop background in this menu bar itself, and it is all given here. What are all the icons that are available here in this launcher pad? So the launcher is equivalent to your taskbar in Windows operating system. Searching your computer icons. Okay, so how the operation can be done here uh, in this Ubuntu operating system. So figure 5.40. Okay, so here you can see that 5.40 can be used here to search your computer. Okay, so the first icon, the Ubuntu icon here at the top left side corner, you can see that this is a searching your computer. You can search any application, search any file, any folder, anything. Okay, so all the other things are the same here. Firefox is the web browser, default web browser, and LibreOffice Cal is the spreadsheet application. Windows LibreOffice Writer is the document processing application. LibreOffice Impress is the PowerPoint, MS PowerPoint alternative for MS PowerPoint in this Ubuntu operating system, and there are so many applications here. Okay, so the trash. This icon is the equivalent of recycle bin of Windows OS. All the deleted files and folders are moved here. So if you want it, you can clear it, or if you want the file again to the back in the same position, then you can restore it. Creating and deleting a folder. So the same way you can create and delete a folder in Windows also. So you can just right click on it and create a folder, uh, and you will be created a new folder here, or else you can see that there are so many menus at the launcher pad to create a folder. The same way you can also delete a folder just by right click on the menu and select the delete option. Okay, and it will be moved to the trash here. So shutting down is a separate option here. You can see that at the top and in the desktop itself, you can see at the top right side corner, you can see settings icon with the power logo on it. Okay, so when you click on that, it will show you about this computer, Ubuntu help, system settings, log, guest session, and log out, suspend, and shut down. Okay, so these are all the options that are available in that um, in that menu. So in Windows, it will be available at the bottom left side corner, but here it is available on the top right side corner. So just by clicking on that, you can just shut down your computer. So in this chapter, we'll be having some important questions like what is mean by Thunderbird, and what is the difference between Firefox and Thunderbird, distinguish between. So these are all the book back questions. Okay, so analysis question will be there, and that's all. The differentiate between save and save as, and yes, here you can see that differentiate between Thunderbird and Firefox in Ubuntu OS. These are all the difference between this. Okay, so with this we'll finish the class. We'll see the new chapter in the next class. Thank you, students.